You know, Atlanta set to host last group stage match here in the city tomorrow night. That would be DR Congo taking on Uzbekistan, who've actually been training right here in Atlanta during the World Cup. But the ties go beyond the pitch to the table. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley joins us to talk about a restaurant specializing in Central Asian cuisine. Hey, Joe.
Hey, no ties here in the streaming studio.
No, we don't wear ties here.
We're not buttoned up today, but there are plenty of ties when it comes to the World Cup and Atlanta culture and food and you name it. There is always a tie somewhere connected to Atlanta, and it just so happens, you mentioned Uzbekistan, training here for the World Cup. They have had what some would call a disappointing debut in their first ever World Cup. They're in a tough group, you know, and when you face Cristiano Ronaldo, it ain't easy, huh? Well, here in Atlanta, up 400 a little bit off the Windward Parkway exit in Alpharetta, you will find Lagman Express. It is a Central Asian restaurant. The manager of that restaurant is actually Uzbek himself. I got a chance to speak with him to hear just how proud he is of Uzbekistan making their very first World Cup appearance.
I'm Turkish, but I was born in Uzbekistan.
Ibrahim Aslanov manages Lagman Express in Alpharetta. The restaurant opened last year and now has a couple dozen employees.
This is Central Asian cuisine, and yes, and there's a food from Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan.
Cooking up cultural favorites and serving up a taste of Central Asia in Atlanta's backyard.
Our popular dish, it's like the Uzbek plov. So there's a rice, carrots, meat, and also we have like samsa, we have like the lagman.
With the Uzbekistan national team training on the grounds of Atlanta United and playing in Atlanta Stadium during the FIFA World Cup, Aslanov sees this as a time to stand out.
We're so proud, and it's like the first time in the World Cup when Uzbekistan team is here, and we're so happy.
I think we are all so excited to see so many people and cultures and countries come together. That's the beauty of the World Cup.
Former U.S. men's national team and Atlanta United player, now FIFA ambassador Greg Garza, says the Uzbek team can endear itself to Atlanta, which has burst onto the soccer stage as home of the U.S. soccer headquarters.
You play for something that is so much more than just the name on the back of your jersey. You play for your community, you play for your family, you play for all of these fans and everybody that is involved within this country.
A showcase of culinary excellence, taking guests through a rich history and culture, representing a country in the World Cup for the very first time.
The World Cup brings people together through soccer, and like we're excited to bring people together like through Uzbek food and culture.
All right, so Uzbekistan is still technically in this World Cup, Dan, but they have. Okay. But considering their group, DR Congo has also struggled, and so the top two advance in their group. Portugal, we know, is probably going on. Colombia as well, but you know, you've got the third place tiebreakers. You got to sort all of that out. But mathematically, Uzbekistan still has a chance, but they really do need some massive help and a massive win over DR Congo. So that game,
And probably not a draw.
no, that will not help their cause. No, they need an outright win. They need a lot of goals scored. We saw a lot of goals in Atlanta's last World Cup match between Haiti and Morocco.
4-2.
You wouldn't think a lot was on the line then, but I think that we're going to see a very competitive game come Saturday night at Atlanta Stadium, the last group stage match. I think the frenzy has been contagious. It's caught on. I don't know about you, but I can feel, you know, even if you're not in the stadium, outside, downtown, all over the city, all over Metro Atlanta, they have World Cup fever.
Well, I was telling you, I was at that game Wednesday night, Haiti-Morocco, and it was like 70% Haiti fans, and they were loud, they were boisterous. They were already out of it, by the way, at that point. They were going to be eliminated, and they were still just having the time of their lives. And when they finally scored that first goal, the place erupted. So it's fun to be around.
And many thanks to Atlanta United, you know, offering their facilities for Uzbekistan to train. Once or if they are eliminated, there's going to be another country that comes in to train ahead of the knockout round. And so we're looking forward to more cultures, more folks calling Atlanta home, at least for a little while.
Joe, I got to ask you, I got 1 minute with you. You watched the game last night. I didn't stay up for it. U.S. losing to Turkey 3-2. How big of a deal is that, you think, momentum-wise, going into next week, round of 32?
You know, in the short term, I think it stings a little bit, especially if you were invested in watching that game. You felt that the U.S., even with a lot of their backups playing for most of the game, you felt like the U.S. still played hard. They played with hope. They played competitively. We saw Christian Pulisic make his return after missing the second group stage match against Australia because of a little leg injury, but he looked great, looked sharp. He made the whole team better, and so I think the U.S. has some momentum now in their knockout round match next week. We know they're going to face Bosnia Herzegovina, and we'll see how they do.
That's at 8 o'clock next Wednesday night in California. Joe, thank you, sir.